Hi Tea Tigers, it's Miss Tremont, and today we are talking about recalling basic facts to add and subtract within 20 with automaticity. That just means that you can instantly know the basic facts. So in order to get to that point, we're going to learn about two strategies that can help us do that, called counting on and counting back. So these are two basic fact strategies that we can use. So before we can get started, we need a couple of supplies. You need to get out your yellow math notebook, a pencil, and you will also need one of your papers from your toolkit that you received. So it says Tools for Addition and Subtraction Facts, and it has a number path at the top that's going to help you for today. So you may pause this video at this time to gather your supplies and come right back. So before we can get started, we need to do some math stretches. So it's just warming up our brain, getting ready to do some math, okay? So our first one is the question, what is double 1? So I want you to look at the visual that you have here, and we have our 10 frame, and we also have some counters. So I want you to think in your head, what is double 1? Double meaning 2 sets of 1. So here's my first set and here's my second set. So put those together and how many do we have in all? And if you said 2, you are correct. Here's our first set and then we have our second set. So that would make 2. So using that same logic, what is double 3? So again, let's look at our picture of our 10 frame with our counters, and I want you to think in your head, what is double 3? Remember, double just meaning that we have 2 sets of 3. So here's our first set with 1, 2, 3. Here's our second set with 1, 2, 3. And if you said 6, that is correct. Okay, you would simply count all of the counters you have. Now, to change it up a little bit, what is half of 2? So again, we're looking at our 10 frames and we're looking at our counters. And the key word here is half. That means we only are going to look for one set. So what would one set of 2 be? So here's our first set. Here's our second set. So I want you to think in your head. And if you said the answer was 1, you are correct, because we only want half. So we would take away this set. And finally, what is half of 4? So remember, our key word here is half. Here's our 10 frame and our 4 counters. So remember, half being 1 set. So think in your head, what is half of 4? And if you said 2, you are correct. So remember, this is our first set, 1, 2, and our second set, 1, 2. So we would take away the second set. Okay, so hopefully that warmed up your brain. And now you are going to need your math notebook, your pencil, and your math tools to get ready to learn about our two strategies. Okay, so our first strategy we're going to learn about is counting on with a number path. So here is our number path. As you can see here, he is with a thinking cap on, so we're going to think and we can visualize our number path in our head if we need to. But I want you to be able to use the number path that you have been given. And you can use your finger to move it along so you can keep track. So here is our equation. Our equation is 4 plus 1 equals. Well, we can figure that out using our number path. This first number, 4, is where we would start. So we would go to our number path. Remember, 1 is the smallest number, and we're going to go all the way to the right as our numbers get bigger, all the way to 20. So starting with the number 4, that's the number we're going to start with. So you can find that on your number path right now. I'm going to circle it, so you should be looking for the number 4. When you see the addition symbol, that means we're going to count on. So our number is going to get bigger. Well, how much is it going to get bigger? This number is going to show us how much bigger it's going to get. So we only want to go up one more. So we're starting at 4, we're counting on, and we're going to jump, move on, one time. This is what it says. And where we land is our answer. So 4 plus 1 would be 5. I want you to try that on your number path and see if you got the same answer. Okay, so remember you would start with the number 4 and we would count on one more and the answer should be 5. Okay, Tigers, let's try another equation. So we're going to look at 5 plus 2. We can also use this count on basic strategy for numbers like for equations like this as well. Okay, so again, using your number path, and I want you to follow along with me. Remember, 5 is the number we're going to start with. So I would like for you to find the number 5 on your number path. So I'm going to circle it right here. Oops. Remember, when we are see an addition symbol, that means our number is going to get bigger. And so we are going to count on by going to the right. So we're going to count on how many times. This number tells us how many times we're going to jump. So we're going to start at the number 5 and we're going to count 1, 2. And so we counted on 5 plus 2, and your answer should be what? If you said 7, that is correct. So again, I want you to try on your number path. You're going to find the number 5 because that's the number you're going to start with. Counting on, we see our addition symbol. That means our number is going to get bigger, and we are going to go forward 2 times. And you should land at the number 7. Okay, Tigers, one more. We're going to try 6 plus 3. So let's see. The first step is to look at this very first number. This is going to tell us again where we're going to start. So 6, we're going to find 6 on our number path by using your math tools. I'm just going to circle it right here. You can just place your finger on the number 6. Again, when you see the addition symbol, that means our number is going to get bigger. So that means we're going to go forward to the right. And how many are we going to count on? We're going to count on 3 more. So let's count. 1, 2, 3. And where did we land? Wherever we landed is our answer. So 6 plus 3 is, and if you said 9, that is correct. Okay? So again, make sure that you are using your tools, which is your number path, to help you with your equation. Okay, our next strategy that you can use instead of counting on is counting back. So counting back just means that instead of an addition symbol, we're using a subtraction symbol. So it's the same concept. So looking at our equation, which is 5 minus 1 equals, well, we're not sure what that is. So we can use our number path to count back to find out what our answer could be. So I want you to write down the equation 5 minus 1. Again, we're still going to use our number path to help us. So the number you start with, it's still the first number right here. We're going to start with the number 5. So I'm going to circle the number 5. I want you to find the number 5 on your number path. The only difference now is we have a subtraction symbol. Remember, to subtract means that our number is going to get smaller. So how many are we going to go back? That means we're going to go to the left-hand side. Our number's going to get smaller. Well, we are going to go back one. So starting at the number 5, we're going to jump back 1, and wherever you land is your answer. So again, using your number path, I want you to start at the number 1, and we are going to count back 1 to find our answer. And if you said 4, that is correct because that is where we landed. Okay, we're going to try another example. So our next example is 7 minus 2. So again, I want you to write this down in your math spiral, our equation, and again, you're going to use your number path. Your first number right here, the number 7 is where we're going to begin. I'm going to find it on my number path, I'm going to circle it, and you can find it on your number path and put your finger on it. As you can see, we have a subtraction symbol. That means our number is going to get smaller. So we're going to the left-hand side. So we're going to move back or count back. How many times? Well, this number is going to tell us how many times we need to move back or count back, which is 2. So we're going to count back 1, 2. So again, I want you to use your number path and count back 2 from 7. So 2 less than 7, your answer should be what? And if you said 5, that is correct. Great job, guys. And guys, this is our last example of our counting back strategy. So again, I want you to write this equation inside of your math notebook. So you should be writing 9 minus 3 and the equal sign. Remember the equal sign that both sides equal the same amount. They're the same value on both sides. Again, you should be using your number path to help you. And the number we're going to start with is this number. If you said 9, that is correct. So finding the number 9 on your number path. Excuse me. And then looking at our sign. This is so important. Our sign is going to tell us exactly what to do, whether we need to count back or count on. When you see a subtraction symbol, this is counting back. Because remember, our number is going to get smaller. So how many times are we going to count back? This is our second number here. We're going to go back 3 times. So 1, 2, and 3. So again, you should be using your number path and following along with me by starting at the number 9 and counting back 3. And if whatever number you land on, that is your answer. So if you said the number 6, that is correct. Okay, so these are just 2 strategies. Our counting on strategy is for our addition. Counting back is for our subtraction. So I want you to practice a little bit in Seesaw today. And whenever you are finished up, make sure that you click that green check symbol so you can submit it to your teacher. Have a great day, Tigers.